I couldn't be happier to be hosting tonight to talk about it because I feel like even though we kind of knew it was coming back, it's still been quite a big surprise that it's like Monday, it's the start of the month and it's back. So it just feels like super exciting. I've got a really good feeling about May. Anybody else?
Yeah, and it's Magic May, Money May, Magic May, Momentum May.
Manifest
Um,
May.
so Amy messaged me this morning and was like, "I think we should talk about the app on the call tonight." And I was like, "I'm not really sure. I don't think we should today." And then we launched the app today. I was like, "It's the perfect time to talk about it. So let's go." So welcome to tonight's team huddle. My name is Emma Caren Wilson. I am a founding ambassador and brand legend too in the Beyond Beauty Club. And I'm joined by our gorgeous Amy Jelassi. Amy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, Amy Jelassi, brand leader one, and I'm glad to be here tonight. It's been a while since I've been on a huddle.
We've missed you. So we're going to jump straight in because we know it is bank holiday and I'm very grateful that you are joining us on tonight's call. But before we get started, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about why Beyond Beauty Club is magic. So today I was on a call with a potential who wanted to join our business. And she was talking to me about where she is currently. So she's already in the network marketing industry. She's been in it for a while and how she was feeling about the business. And overall, she was feeling quite negative and not confident about what she offers anymore. And I honestly was talking to her about us and what we have here. And I cannot tell you how like emotional I felt when I got off that call because I have so much belief in what we're building. Like when I was talking to her about the investment that comes with our company, the fact that Dan, our founder, and Shari and Simon are so invested in creating success for us that they listen to us, they want to support us in any which way that they can. The fact that the girls are winning, you can be here, as an affiliate or you can be here as a network marketer. I believe so much in what we're building. I was talking about our products, how much I love them, because I was saying to her, you have to love products if you're going to come in and be a part of our business, but you need to try them and fall in love with them first. Our formulations are next level. I just felt so, so proud. But the biggest thing for me was that I truly believe that you can join this business now and you can build success and you can win. And I know that the future is so, so bright. Like there's so much exciting things coming. I know what's coming up this year. By the way, guys, if you have not booked your ticket yet for the event, you need to make sure you're in that room because there is so much exciting stuff going to be shared at the event. You don't want to miss it. I know that there's some really cool, exciting things coming up in the summer, new products. I didn't say that. We've got so much coming and I'm so, so excited. And I feel like it's actually such like I felt coming off the call, I felt grateful for the situation, like the business that we're building. Like the belief, the power, the vision. It's like a formulation of success. And yeah, I just wanted to share that with you all because I feel like sometimes, we can get complacent in what we have. And I love Beyond so much. I just wanted to share that little reminder with you all. So if you're with me and you love Beyond too, can you just give me a little sparkle in the chat or some sort of emoji? Not that I'll be able to read the chat, but I'll just read it afterwards. Anything to add on that one, Ames?
No, I agree. And I think what we have to remember is we're still so early on in this journey. Like, we're coming up to like what? It will be 3 years in September for our official launch, but that is still so young. Like, people can still be coming in still as beginners, and growing this. So there's just the sky is the limit. And I think, we tick every single box when it comes to affiliation, when it comes to the network marketing world, like everything we have. So, yeah, as we always say, louder and prouder is just the way to go.
Even just like how simple it is to be a part of our business. Like you can literally come in, buy a collagen, both of them are amazing. Choose one if you want, use it, fall in love with it, and then talk about it and become an affiliate of Simon or an MD. Like it's that simple. Like it's an incredible product. You don't even have to make it complicated. I just love it. I'm so proud of us. And I just felt like I've got to share this with the girls on the chat tonight. So anyway,
Also, Just going to say with that, like when you are bringing people in, and obviously, ideally, they're going to buy a product, right? Something that I have found. So when we was at the beginning, we just had the skincare, and everything was based around the essentials. So people were coming in, starting their business, getting their own essentials, and starting their journey. But now, I absolutely love that we have. Okay, you don't want the external skin glow, but you can still get a skin glow by the internal. And if you don't want to go for the essentials, here's a collagen instead. It's a lower entry point price wise, and I feel like the fact that we have that, like you can't get better than that for a product that is actually performing, and giving those amazing results. So yeah, like just be proud of that and just know solidly that what you're offering is amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel like, so one of the girls said to me today on one of the calls I was having, she was like, I'm just not sure if I'm a skincare girl. And I was like, honestly, you could come in as a collagen girl. Like you can come in and use our collagen. And then when you have belief in the products, you will try the skincare and it will blow you away. Like it's nothing like you can even imagine how good it is. But sometimes you need a bit of confidence with the brand before you make that second investment. And you know what? That's a great story to tell your customers. And that's you also understanding how your customers might feel. So, skincare might not be something that you come in with, but eventually you're going to have such faith in the brand that it'll be like, okay, honestly, I really feel like I need to try this. And then, you'll be totally blown away. And I said to her, I was explaining like the essentials and the benefits of it, but also the power of our skincare at Christmas, like when people want to buy a lip gloss for their family member or a serum or one of our gorgeous little. Anyway, I was like gone off on a tangent, but yeah, I just felt really proud and yeah, love that. Okay, so our brand new app. So welcome to the 21st century, 22nd century. We have got our brand new app, which I know so many of us from the beginning have been so excited to welcome back because we know how powerful it is for our business, but our app is back and better than ever. So I would definitely take some time to understand how it works. Get on the academy. There's some great training on there. Get yourself some stars. Keep up with your team. Don't get left behind in the leaderboard. Set your own goals and just really get to understand how to use it. It's definitely something that I think is a big push, especially for new affiliates that come in who want to really understand their business without getting, sorry, just doing the waiting room at the same time, without getting lost in the back office, which sometimes can feel a bit overwhelming. I absolutely love it. I know you do, Ames.
Yeah, I am so passionate about the app, and I feel like it's just so easy. Like in this busy life, we want to be able to go on our phones, click on our app, bish bash bosh. We can see everything clear as day. So it's so easy accessible, and it was something that massively drawn me to start this in the very beginning. I was like, you what? We have our own app. Like how bloody savvy is that? Like, yeah, like it's everything. And I think, like you say, for people that are doing this in a very simple way, very part-time, they want everything to be so seamless, so simple, so easy, and at your fingertips. And I know that with what's been taken away for improvement, there's so much on there now, and so much more that makes sense depending on what level you're at as well. So we're going to talk more about this over time, but I just think the exciting thing is make sure you've got it downloaded, make sure you're getting your team to make sure they're getting it downloaded, have a little fiddle around with it, get used to it, and yeah, just get excited about it. And what I've been doing is talking and showing my excitement on socials, and I've had a few people pop up that were perhaps once part of my team in the beginning that loved the app. And for some people, when the app went, people were like, oh, like it really threw some people off. So I've got interest from old ambassadors that are thinking about potentially coming back just because they absolutely love the app. So don't underestimate spreading that message and your excitement as well.
Yeah, I love it. Just makes it just makes it more like fun to, yeah, I just love it. It's brilliant. Absolutely love it. Sorry guys, just managing the waiting room. I don't know why I don't need to tell you every time I do it, but I am nonetheless. So something that Dan Holtzman, our founder, shared on month end was that we sell one product every 90 seconds, which is actually pretty incredible when you work out the numbers. Absolutely amazing. And the Ageless Glow Rise and Radiance is our number one bestseller. And I just feel like I wanted to say at the beginning of the call, before we talk about the rest of what's coming in May, I know you will have heard it on the opening of the month call, like it's really okay to lock in with what you love. It's okay to just be the very best Rise and Radiance or Rise or whatever you choose to be, the best seller of that for you. So like I typically just talk about Rise every morning. It's my favorite product. I use Radiance. I don't post about it as much. So I'll be honest, I have it before bed and I usually look like Hagrid. So I don't want to go on camera, I'm like in my pajamas. So I'm like ready not to share. But my Rise that I drink in the morning, I want to get up. I'm happy to share it. I feel excited. It's part of my routine to get on camera and talk when I'm making it. And I'm just committed to that being like my story. That's what I sell the most of. I do talk about the skincare. It is an add-on that I use. And when we release the cleansing balm this month, I definitely will be talking about that because cleansing balm's a big thing for me. But mainly, I just talk about Rise and Radiance. My kids use Nourish shakes. I do occasionally chuck them in as well, but I'm quite consistent. So I know that this month we've got other things that are being thrown our way. You know, we've got the Omega offer, we've got the gua sha, we've got different things, but I stick to what I know and I sell what I know. And I feel like my customers are having the expectation that they would buy collagen from me. So if they think of collagen, they're going to think of me. If they think of morning energy, they're going to think of me. And our second bestseller is the Body Balance, which is the Restore and Nourish. And I was talking to some of the girls, other girls today about our business opportunity, and they usually sell weight loss. I said we don't have like a typical weight loss bundle, but Body Balance is all about gut health and you can use the shakes as a meal replacement. So if that's your thing too, that's totally okay. But I just think it's really important, and I know I've said this a lot, but it's really important for you to be not swayed by like what's going on, you know, like just stick in your space with what you love and what your audience will want to see, because I think your audience know you and they trust you. They're actually like actually buying you. You know, they're buying what the products have done for you. So I saw the Omega come up and I thought I'm going to really start talking about this because my sleep's been absolutely awful. And I know when I was committed and taking my Omega every single day, you know, and my sleep drastically improved. Then I got distracted and I haven't been as committed with taking it. But I never get confused and like distracted with taking my Rise. I take it every day because I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So I felt like, do I want to do that? I don't know. I'm going to start taking my Omega again. If I can be consistent with it, yeah, absolutely. I'll start adding in. So I'll be Rise and Omega. But really and truly, I'm a Rise and Radiance girl through and through. And I just wanted to, you know, remind everyone that it is okay not to follow the trends of what the company's doing and stick with what you love and use every single day.
Yeah, I love that. You know what I will also want to say about collagen? I send at least, at a minimum, 3 samples a week out of collagen. And I know that, you know, you don't have to do that because people can buy and try and whatever. But I just find that for a lot of people, their hold up on purchasing a collagen is taste, because they're probably used to it tasting absolutely disgusting. So I consistently send out the collagen samples, and I am probably 80% of those people, 80% overall, people will purchase it. So that's something to think about if you don't already do that. But yeah, I am Radiance. Like Radiance is, I love both of the collagens, but Radiance is my thing. And I don't care. I'm the person that doesn't care if she looks like Hagrid, and I will show up at night time with my Radiance.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I think I just need to get more into the habit. It's just part of my habit to share my rise every single day. But yeah, I also do love Radiance. It's amazing. And I agree with what you say about taste because I actually was writing a post about this today. I used to use a collagen powder in my coffee, and although it was unflavored, it just changed my coffee experience. I just used to think, I've got to add this. It didn't really make that much of a difference. I just didn't enjoy the experience. And so I didn't commit to it because I love my experience of my collagen, so I commit to it. And then I feel like your customers will like almost duplicate that. So a lot of my customers will message me and say, "Oh my God, you always remind me when I see your stories, I think make my rise," or you know. So yeah, anyway, stick with what you love. That's the aim of the story. Consistency is your win.
Somebody just put in the chat, how do you make the collagen samples? I literally buy the tiny little like sandwich, like see-through sandwich bags, like that big. I think I bought like 100 of them off Amazon or whatever. And I just scoop it in and then send it in an envelope to the person, and then obviously send them behind the scenes wherever I'm chatting to them, the like ingredient breakdown and everything like that. And then obviously when they say, oh, it's arrived, I will then tell them how to use, etc., etc. So that's how I do it. I just keep it quite simple.
So
Okay.
sometimes, oh sorry, just with collagen samples, if it's someone local, I've got these little bottles that I bought from Amazon, and I will pre-mix like and pour in, and I've got a little cute sticker and I just give them a sample of it like made and blended already. So like when I'm going to clinics and things like that, they look really cute. Obviously you can't send them through the post, but for face-to-face meetings I really like them.
Yeah, I've started doing that. So I'm a hairstylist for those that don't know. And obviously, every time I go and see a hair client now, I'm like, right, you are trying this collagen, like no matter what, like it's coming with me and you're trying it.
Yeah,
So yeah, there's
absolutely.
loads of different ways you can do it. And it's good to get creative and just, get excited about stuff like that. Okay, so 5 habits that actually work. So just want to go through these because I think sometimes we can feel like we're doing a lot, like we're on socials a lot, and sometimes we think, are we doing the right things? Is this really going to work? Is this something is it an income producing activity? And so on and so forth. But let's keep it simple. So everything in this business is based around real conversations. So, not what worked 10 years ago, where you're kind of like building that slow conversation, and people know what you're doing. Yeah. Sometimes it's kind of like breaking the barrier with not just talking direct, but also being direct. I know that's quite hard to get your head around. You obviously want to chat with people. So, for example, I will do it where, let's say, if it's old school friends and they keep posting pictures of their little girl that does ballet, I might say, oh my God, I remember when my daughter did ballet, like, how's she getting on? And just start conversations. And I will not then straight away convert that conversation into, do you want to buy something from me? Or, do you want to join my business? I'll just keep liking their things and just giving that kind of gentle interaction for a little while. And then if she starts interacting or watching my things quite a lot, or maybe will throw me the odd comment, etc., that's kind of like my open door to think, actually, would you like a collagen sample? I can see that you're watching my posts all the time, etc., etc. That's kind of how you are going to put your own spin on it. There is right and wrong ways, but ultimately everyone's conversations is going to be different with that. But just be real, be genuine, and kind of see where that takes you, and ask questions, because people love questions as well. They love to be able to answer and talk to you rather than you just talking at them. Telling your story and not the brochure. So there's nothing worse than someone showing up, with 10 different products in front of them. I take all 10 of these, these are all 39.99, like, and it's too salesy. Obviously we are in sales, but there's that fine line between being too salesy and actually, just telling your story about why the products are working for you. What are you enjoying about using the products? How have they helped you with X, Y, and Z? People buy into those stories as opposed to you just going dun, dun, dun and hoping for the best outcome. Okay. You've got to remember, like, when you're watching people, what draws you in? If Emma was just doing that same old thing of dun, dun, dun all the time, it's different as opposed to when she's sat saying, okay, you know what? I actually can't get out of bed without having my rise. Like, it is my thing that gets me up and goes in the morning. It's done this, and this for me. It's changed the game for me. It gets me in the gym. And being a busy mom, like, I rely on that every morning. Like, who doesn't want that when they are, feeling chaotic? So that's the kind of gist that I'm giving here. Show your life, and again, not just a catalogue. So I always say, like, the 80-20 rule, with showing up and talking about your business and your lifestyle around the business and the products, but then also just showing your everyday things like walking the dog, being out with the kids. What do you do as a hobby outside of your business? So people can get to know the you outside of what you do. It's kind of like, you want people to be interested in you in general, not just interested in you because of your business, if that makes sense.
I
Play
feel
the
like,
lot.
oh, sorry.
Go on, go on.
No, I feel like as well, if you just constantly, I remember me and Rach were talking about this a little while ago. If you constantly just post like you're selling, if you constantly just bombard social media with Beyond Beauty Club, people switch off. It's like, oh, do you know what? I'm not interested, because people don't want to be sold to, essentially. They want to buy something, but they don't want to be sold to. So there's a big difference between being like interested in a brand and buying something than being sold to. And as soon as I feel like I'm being sold to in any which way, I get the ick and I don't want to buy it anymore. It's
Yeah,
like, I wanted to buy, bad example, but I wanted to buy a new handbag, and it said like I could go on the concierge service and find out. So I went to look about this handbag, and you can only buy it in store. Like you can no longer buy it anywhere else, and they won't show you if it's available in store because it's so in demand. You have to go to the store. That made me want it even more because it's not available, you know? So like if they'd have been like, oh yeah, just click the link here and you can buy it. I don't know if I'd have been as like, oh, I'd be like, oh, it's literally okay. But now like I'm like, okay. So
Yeah,
um it's a bad example, but you know what I mean? It's like
yeah, yeah,
if you go to buy something and you feel like it's running out of stock, or I don't know, it just makes me feel like so another example, which maybe is slightly different, Perry Shan has just released a podcast that she's taking to stage. And I was like, oh, that looks exciting. And then when I went to look for tickets, there were still loads available. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna go because it was
yeah.
like so readily. If it had been like there was only 5 seats left, I'd been like, oh my God, do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like the psychological way. It's like when something's too accessible, it's not like you need cut off,
exactly.
is it? You know, it's like, yeah, you have to kind of generate that FOMO behind it, you know? That's why,
Or
when our
just like
colleges,
without it being like we need them. Like
yes,
these products are amazing. Like you're
yes,
lucky that I'm selling this to you because this is so good. Rather than please buy my collagen. I really need to
yeah,
sell. Like no,
yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
not.
yeah,
Like you're lucky that I'm replying to you right now. Obviously they're not, but you know what I mean? A little bit of
yeah,
that mindset of like this is the honey pot. Like
yeah.
you can
Like you
understand, yeah.
and you respect yourself in your business. You're not just desperate Debbie. Like people are so much more alert to all that stuff now. But like you were saying, and before we jumped on here, just like little things like you show up with your rise every day. You're not necessarily talking about your rise every day, but you're making it while you're talking about what you're doing with your day, or, about the kids or about this or about that. So you're using it without even thinking of it, and people are watching that no matter what and thinking, oh, actually she's not constantly trying to sell it to me. They're more inclined then to ask you about it. It's like when you're in a relationship, you have to play hard to get a little bit
Oh,
sometimes. you know
absolutely.
that is
Yes,
the
me
best
and
way
Rach talk
around
about
it.
this all the time. It's like, I love this. But yeah, it is, I feel like the business as well, you've got to play cool cucumber. Like, you have to, like, if you're talking to someone about the business or about products, I literally am like, try and play cool cucumber all the time. Like, yeah, yeah, I don't, yeah, it's exactly that. We were laughing about it so much because, like, you have to play the game,
Yeah,
100%.
leave them wanting more. Okay, so this ties in with playing the long game. Now, this is something that I'm going to go off on a tangent about, but let me just read what's on there first. Subscriptions build income. One sale is nice. Obviously, that's great, but you want it to build and build and build. I know on the opening of the call, Catherine explains greatly about this. Like, how amazing is it that we open our back office or our app now on the first of the month and we can see what is expected in our business? We've got that head start before we've even added anything on the top. Okay, that is one of the biggest biggest perks of our business model. So anything that we do is just stacking and stacking and stacking all the time until, if you do that month on month on month, in the long term, in the long run, you end up with a huge, fantastic business, right? That is how it works. But what I wanted to quickly touch on with this, because this is something that's been going around in my mind recently, is creating a bit of urgency in your business, like realizing that we are here for the long game. This isn't like a shortcut. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. Don't try and do the easy way around it. Like when you're trying to build a business, it's not supposed to feel easy. It's got to come with sacrifices. And sometimes you have to really say to yourself, all right, I'm not growing. My business isn't growing. Like something isn't working here. And sometimes it is the fact of you want it all at once. And that doesn't work like that. You've got to have those short-term sacrifices for that long-term game in any business. And I think sometimes people in this industry in particular, they learn the skill, but they don't want to learn to get good at the skill. Yeah. So they think, oh, I've learned it now. I've recruited a couple of people. I've got a few sales. I know what I'm doing. I'm top dog. Don't need to add on to my skill set. And they just stay there. But hang on a minute, you're missing the whole part of getting good at what you're doing. And that is where the bigger results start to come. And that is the long term, plan, as opposed to boom, I've got it, I've made it. So I would like you to think, like, for anyone on here, if you was watching yourself on social media, would you firstly understand what it is that you do? Secondly, think, wow, this girl's really serious about her business. Like this girl, she is doing the do. She is fully in and fully involved. Like, You know what I'm trying to say? Rather than someone that shows up once every 2 weeks. Oh, I've got this business. You've got to be it. You've got to be about your business. If you want big results, you've got to do big work. You've got to be about your business. And quite often I see it, and quite often I have conversations with people that they want things so much, but it's like, do you though? Because your actions aren't matching to what you're saying. Sometimes we just have to have that little silent word with ourselves and think, if you was watching yourself, from the outside, and if you was going on your Instagram, are you there consistently? Are you acting like, are you respecting yourself in your business? Do you see what I'm trying to say? And try that. Try that. Take yourself a bit more seriously. Show up as serious as you want people to take you. People will take you as serious as you take yourself. So, yeah, that's my little tangent.
Absolutely. I think as well, it builds confidence, doesn't it? If you say you're going to do something, so say you're like, I'm going to make this month my best PV, I'm going to beat last month's PV, or I'm going to recruit one new person, or I'm going to, whatever your goals are, whatever you decide they are for that month, if you don't commit to those goals and achieve them, and then you do the same thing next month and you don't, maybe you've overstepped your goals, I don't know, but reasonable goals, right? And the next month you also make goals and you don't commit to them. What happens is your confidence in your business drops, and the only person that can ever fix that is you. It's the same with anything. It's like, I remember saying to one of my friends, James DeBell, who's going to be at our event, about discipline, about how I felt about myself. He said, Emma, if you keep setting yourself goals that you're going to lose weight, go to the gym, whatever it is that said you're going to do, and you don't do it, you're only going to feel worse about yourself. So until you get to a point where you actually set goals that you can either keep or achieve, it's so pointless and you're only making yourself feel worse. So set yourself a goal for this month that you can actually achieve and that you feel that you can achieve. Yeah, not the same as always. Push yourself, but believe that you can achieve it and commit to it, because that will build you confidence. And then next month, you can set your goal a little bit higher and you can achieve that too. And your confidence will grow. And that confidence allows you to grow within your business. But every time that you set yourself a goal and you don't achieve it, your confidence drops lower and lower and lower. And then eventually you get to a point when you don't have confidence, and of course it impacts your business, because you don't have belief in yourself anymore, whether you believe in the business or not. So it is so important.
Yeah. And I always think it's a great idea to have like a mid-month goal as well, so that if you get to your mid-month goal, you've still got the other half of the month to do more, to reach higher, as opposed to having a whole goal for the whole month. And then you get into the last few days thinking, I've not achieved this, panic, panic, panic. And then again, if you don't achieve it, you're feeling flat, going into the next month feeling flat. So set a mid-month goal, something that's realistic. Once you've accomplished that, you're going to be like, oh my God, I can do another this or another that, and you've got the whole other half of the month to do so. So I feel like that's a really good one as well. Okay, so number 5 is showing up as the real you, which kind of just like wraps this all up nicely, because the power is always within you. We don't have to be like anyone else, look like anyone else, dress like anyone else, show up like anybody else. Just show up as yourself. The right people will watch you. The right people will like you. The right people will then end up buying from you or becoming a part of your team. So yeah, authenticity wins, especially nowadays. Like, people don't want perfect, pretty, aesthetic social media. People want real, raw, authentic you. So don't forget that. Why are you laughing,
I was
Emma?
just No, I was just thinking of in my head. So there's a girl called Charlotte. I think I've shared this before, but like there's a girl called Charlotte Dawson, I think, and she literally shows up with like food down her top, one boob out, two kids, absolute chaos. But she has such an amazing following because she gets people that like her, like that authenticity that she has. People absolutely love her. I sometimes click on her profile and have a little nose that she's not a bit of me, but
And then you're like, team dirty.
yeah. She's definitely team dirty, but people love her. And so, but she is authentic, and that's what makes people follow her. So it just made me laugh. I was thinking about that. Anyway,
Okay, so we are going to just fly through the May opportunity. Um, you've probably already seen it if you've caught up on the month kickoff call, but let's just fly through anyway, because there's some amazing things. The thing I am most excited about is that we have the MPI bonus again this month. And as Hayley says, that is money on the table. You unlock your 3 programs. you've got a £50 bonus. Any on top of that is £25 per one. Like, hello, I've got a goal for 5 of those this month because I think that's £100. Like, that's going to help me pay off my holiday in June. Like, I need that money. So definitely have a goal with this because I think not enough people are taking advantage of it, and it's incredible. So we have that for another month, which is great. Yes, Lynn, I am on one tonight. I am in my fields. Another thing is, of course, the Amiga subscription gets you the free travel capsule case. Now, I feel that Amigas have definitely been a little bit underestimated because I started on them like, 3-4 weeks ago, and I don't know what they're doing to me, but I feel really good taking them. So I'm going to carry on. And I think it's great. Obviously, there's no fishy aftertaste. So I'm actually learning a bit more about them as I'm taking them, which I think is okay. You don't need to know it all before you take something. You can take people on that journey with you. But yeah, the free capsule case is just another way of getting people over the line, as is the gua sha. It's another thing that can help you get those customers over the line or help you add to their basket. If you spend another £25, you're actually going to unlock the free gua sha. It's amazing. Then, of course, we have the Momentum Challenge, which I'm not sure why that says the free gua sha on there for the Momentum
I don't know
Challenge.
either. I think I might have got distracted because there's another slide about momentum challenge. Sorry, guys, I was doing this
Yeah, let's move on to the next slide. Momentum Challenge.
Oh, this was meant to be before. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. We'll come back to the Momentum Challenge. So content that converts. So these are a few ideas that we've put together for you to do this week because, I know that it's not always easy to think about content. Like, people do need more guidance, but we've got so many incredible people in our community that create amazing content every single day. Go and make sure that you're following. Like, drop your IG handles in the comments and let people follow you. We can all take inspiration from what we each share, There's a difference between copying and taking inspo, but I would definitely go and look at people, take inspo of how they're showing up and get some ideas for yourself. If that's what you need to get your juices flowing, just do that. So our first one is my Inside Out Glow Ritual. So this is like a little hook to create a reel or a post with the one thing I've noticed since taking my Radiance, or the one thing I've noticed since taking my Amiga is XYZ. You're pulling people in with a bit of a hook because guess what? If someone is looking for, so let me give an example, right? I might do one that's going to say, the one thing I've noticed since taking my Radiance is my hair is growing like out of control, right? Look at these roots. I'm a hairdresser and I had this hair done not even long ago. And I'm like, my roots are coming through like crazy. So I would use that as a hook. So people that are watching me that also want hair growth, they're going to be like, oh, what's Radiance? Oh, let's have a little nosy on her page. Oh, I'm going to message her. I really want hair growth. So that's your first one. And obviously tweak that to make it relevant to you. The second one is 3 reasons that you take Amiga every day, just to pair in with obviously our Amiga deal right now. If you are not currently taking it, that's fine. You can maybe do this about something else. But if you are taking it, just a bit about it, like what do you personally enjoy about it? So I've told you, I'm enjoying that. I'm not quite sure what it's doing to me internally, but it's doing something that's making me feel good. And there's no fishy aftertaste, It might be different for other people, but just share those little points, okay? Why are you laughing at? Don't make me hyper now.
No, I don't know. I just laugh.
I'm full of beans tonight.
I love you. You're amazing.
I love you
No,
too.
I think with the 3 reasons, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be Amiga.
Yeah,
Amiga is just a good example. Yeah.
yeah. And then the third one is the supplement that earns its spot. So, I mean, this is based around Amigas as well, but again, you can just base it around whatever. Why is it different? Like I'll talk about Radiance, for example. Radiance is different because firstly, it tastes amazing. Secondly, it dissolves amazing. Like, it's like so easy to drink. It's like juice. Like, for the most squeamish of people that don't like bits and stuff like that, it's perfect. So just share your little pointers as why you feel what products that you're loving is different in comparison to maybe something you've tried before or other things on the market. A bit of comparison is good and healthy sometimes. But yeah, this is where you can share short snippets on ingredients as well. So maybe some of like the top trending ingredients like ashwagandha is quite trending right now. You know, that might catch someone's attention, and so on and so forth. Okay, now we're back onto momentum. So
Momentum challenge.
I
I just
really
want to say, I
hope.
don't know if you guys can see, but I've actually got my momentum hoodie on.
Oh, check you out, looking fabulous. I am so buzzing about the bag. I am having that bag. It is coming with me on my holidays this year, and I'm going to be branded up, and I love it. If you don't know what the momentum challenge is, then you should know. You've been under a rock, right? We've had this going on for quite a while now, but obviously we have it like every 3 months in different segments. This is the spring one. So basically, your goal is 250 new PV for each month. So we've had it going through April, May, June. So if you perhaps didn't get any points in April, don't count yourself out, because in May you can do more and still mount up to the 750, which is what you need for the bag, the branded bag, which is the most exciting thing. But if you are getting the minimum of 250 in that month, you are having access to an exclusive Zoom call with one of the top leaders, which are so good to get on. And obviously you're on your way to earning that tote bag. If you're getting 500 PV in the month, oh, sorry, I'm just going back a minute.
What did I do? Did I do
Press,
that? Sorry,
yeah,
just unplugged my charger.
all
Sorry.
right, yeah. So the 500 gets you all of the same rewards as what the silver does, and it gets you a free ticket to our regional event, which is is that for the June one, Em, or for the other one?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Yeah, to be continued. And you also get front row seating. It's the other one. Okay, Lynn, thank you. So yeah, for the other one, it's still
In
great.
September, like this, the proper company event, isn't it?
Yeah,
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 that's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
thought.
So you want to be going for gold, but at a minimum, get the silver in the bag to get your bag.
Absolutely. And I feel like what's really important, like what you said, is it doesn't matter what you did last month. You can easily do half
Yeah,
of 750, which is 375 this month and next month to get that bag. And it is absolutely gorgeous. Everyone's going crazy for it. So
yeah.
don't miss it.
And I think these are great little wins to share as well, because, you know, when we are posting on socials, everyone likes to be able to do a shout out for their team, or, you know, share your little wins. And the fact that we can be like, okay, you know, we've got this momentum challenge going on. I've achieved the 250. I'm on an exclusive call with a leader. All of these little things that are like ticked off achievements that just make you feel great, and, you know, make other people feel like, oh, look, you know, they're all doing this and they're all doing that. So,
Do you know
yeah,
what, as well, is I think we take it not for granted in a negative way, but just that we've had it going on for so long. So it's like, oh yeah, we can get, free branded gift, we can get another leadership call. But that doesn't happen for other companies. Like they don't get other leaders locking in, willing to share their top tips from, other teams essentially. They don't get like also like this week we've got a social media call. They don't get that training outside. So all of that stuff is attractive to other people to see, oh my God, you actually get a lot of opportunities. There's a lot on offer. You can get a bag, you can get a free ticket, you can go on a call, you can get a free social media call. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, I totally agree with you on that, Amy.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, waiting room. You're a bit late joining now.
We're nearly done.
So finally our month in 3.
Yeah, so just to wrap it all up, number one, consistency wins. Whether you're talking about Ageless Glow, Omega, Body Balance, whatever your hero product is, be consistent with it. Like MSA, show up with it, not necessarily talking about it every day as you're making it, but just be making it, Make it a little challenge to yourself to do it every single day. Yeah, whatever product that is that you're taking every single day, and see what a difference it makes then, and how much curiosity you create from it. Just set that little task for yourself. Lead with you. Use the free gifts and details to help you close that sale if you need to. Number 2, share your story on social media. So that can be your product story, your business success story, who, what, when, where, and why, as to why you're here, why you love this, why you do this, and all of it. Like, there's actually so many ideas of little different things that we can constantly be talking about. Join the social media masterclass that we have again this month, because like Emma says, we're so grateful that the company are consistently giving us all of these little helpful tools that we can use to grow ourselves and our knowledge. So I can't remember the date for that, but it's in all of the chats and we can share it again. And we also have a call with Simon, haven't we, this month, which is all about the routines, which again, a call with Simon on it. Like, hello, get that in your diaries. And then number 3 is let's beat last month's PV. So have a little look at your numbers for last month. Set a goal of what you want to achieve this month, which tops last month. Yeah. And say it out loud to someone. Say it to your upline, say it to your sideline, say it to anyone, to say it out loud, because when you say it out loud or write it down somewhere or stick it on your fridge and see it every day, it's 10 times more likely to happen. And remember what I said, maybe make a smaller goal for the mid-month. And then if you reach that, you can then stretch further for the rest of the month. So I'm wishing you all an amazing May. Like I said, I've got a really good feeling about May, as you can probably tell from my energy tonight. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy. It's been an amazing team huddle tonight. Let's make May magic. Thank you guys for joining us. And yeah, I can't wait to catch up with you all very soon. Also, guys, if you haven't yet bought your ticket for the event, please get your
Yeah.
ticket and get committed because it's going to be an amazing day. I just want to say that again. All right. Thank you so much, James. Happy
Bye.
Monday, everyone. Bye bye. Why won't it let me close this? Good.